If you're watching this, it means either you have an addiction, or maybe you would like to understand more about it, or maybe, as it was in my case, you don't even know that you are addicted. I haven't returned to my addiction for 5+ years, and so how I did it. What this video will about? I will cover the topics such as technical part of the addiction. I will tell you through my story, and we will cover the most important topic, how to quit and never go back. I play computer games, I ate tons of the sweets for all my life, and everything seemed fine until the moment when I had some more responsibilities. When I got more responsibilities from university, when I had to prepare for exams, it hit the most during the COVID. So I planned out full day, so I had to prepare for exams, and eventually it ended up me been playing computer games and eating sweets for whole day. So it was kind of frustration, and it was happening from day to day, and I did not understand what is happening, what is wrong when I plan to do something and I doing completely different things. Or I was trying to do better, okay, so I plan full day, let's just play 2 hours, and the rest of the day just left for the studying. And it wasn't that, it was completely different proportion, like I would say reversal one. So I was just playing full day and maybe an hour of learning. So that was the first signals that maybe something is wrong. So now let's dive deeper into our technical part and try to understand how does our self-preservation instinct works. So it constantly invents new threats for us. For example, you have to talk to the boss and you're already stressed, or someone cuts you off on the road, or you had exam, and so you have this stressful state. So this kind of nervous state, it is one of 2 possible states of our autonomic nervous system. So this first, it is called sympathetic state of our nervous system. So basically it is the state of stress and anxiety, this hyperactivity and etc. And the second one, it is parasympathetic. It is for the rest, for the digestion and etc. And so the sympathetic and parasympathetic state, they are antagonists. So that means that they cannot work at the same time. So now let's look how those 2 states work in practice. Food addiction. So anxiety and stress cannot exist without active sympathetic response. So to deactivate the sympathetic system, we need to activate its antagonist, so the parasympathetic system. So let's imagine we having stress and we are eating some cake, some sweets, and the insulin, the hormone that basically transport or whatever it is called, it is seen that we have a lot of sugar in our blood, and it thinks, yeah, we have to take it to the storage now. So immediately the parasympathetic system is going to work, and so the stress disappears and addictions formed instantly, just like that. Don't you heard the story, like, I wanted just a bite of this cake and everything gets blurry and I wake up and the cake disappears. So this is kind of something that I experienced by playing games, by having this addiction. It is kind of the same state, that so you're going like unconscious. So it was how does the food addiction forms. So for example, when we're talking about the computer games, there is a little bit different thing. In my case, it was something that is called regression. So the regression, it is returning to more primitive, simpler states of functioning. So like childhood, where I felt safe, where I felt carefree. So that was about me. So I was playing computer games a lot in my childhood. So that is why that state, that kind of thing was activating when I had stress. And there is something that is harder than sweets and computer games, that is alcohol. It is harder because it changes your consciousness. And so to quit drinking, it is 10 times harder than to just stop playing games or eating sweets. Basically, you just drink and anxiety and stress gone. So it's very simple, but it changes your mind. So we cover up some real example. So let's now try to talk about the first sign, or how to recognize that you are addicted. Because in my case, I didn't thought that I was addicted. So the first sign of addiction, it is loss of the control over the amount of active agent consumed. So this is just the one thing, but there is the International Classification of Diseases, so you can find more. For example, there is such as tolerance, persistent use despite harm, or you can have a lot of thoughts about that meanwhile you're doing something else. That is what I had. I was constantly thinking about how can I play more. I will put this link in description so you can find more about that. So my relatives, they were talking that you are just playing too much, you are addicted, but actually I didn't know what it is, the addiction. So there is also one important thing. For example, if we take alcohol, for us in our culture, it is normal to drink once in a week, but actually it is mid stage of alcoholism. So it is not normal, it is just average. They take average as a norm. It is completely different things. So basically it is the cognitive mistake, but I will cover it in different videos. So let's move to another stage: how to quit, how to get free. Quitting something from what you are addicted to should happen in 2 steps. It must be immediate, not gradual. So not any like smalling the doses or anything like that. It just doesn't work. And the second one, it must be forever. As I mentioned previously, the quitting from something that changes your consciousness, such as vodka, is 10 times harder. So what can help you to quit? So once you quit gaming, food addiction, like eating sweets, whatever you're addicted to, the anxiety will remain. So it is better to go to the psychotherapist, not psychologist. They prescribe medications such as antidepressants that remove anxiety and don't cause addiction. And you have to understand how does the antidepressants work. So basically when your depression is -10, so the antidepressants will go from -10 to 0, not more, so you won't be addicted from them. And it is very hard for the people who quit drinking, because the first days it is just like living in a hell. You just wanted to get from the window, and it is very hard. So it is better to go to the psychotherapist. But there is important thing, only when you are sober for some more time. Because if you do it while you're still drinking, the anxiety will go, and so the fear, the one thing that holds you back, and so you will be drinking even more. You also have to understand that the taste that you were eating before and you get rid of them, they will be just fade away. You will just forget them. It is how it works. I'm saying as a person who was addicted from sweets, I was eating a ton of the sweets. I don't remember the chocolates and etc. I don't remember those dates. But everything that you was doing, everything that you were addicted to, you can forget it, except you are not like thinking constantly about that, if you're not masturbating on it. So in that case, it doesn't go away. It's called dominant excitation in brain cortex. So it is very important thing, the thought. And so let's cover up this very important topic now. So this dominant excitation was opened by Alexey Alexeyevich Ukhtomsky in 1921, and he got the Lenin Prize for it, which now is similar to the Nobel Prize. It is very important, like technical tool with which you can do basically anything with yourself. To explain it with the simple words, it is where you focus in your mind. So let's imagine if you're just let's focus on the diets. Why does the diets don't work? Because you, for example, got into the diet for a 2 month and you are just counting the days till the end of this diet when you can eat your favorite product again. So just because you're just constantly thinking about that, you are just focusing on that, the energy or the power of this addiction is just rising. That is the key. How to quit. You have to quit for life and change the perspective, change the focus onto something different. So let's cover it up. What to replace alcohol, cigarettes, gaming with? Have you ever wondered why so many former alcoholics goes into religion? So in order to replace it, you have to go into something more powerful. You have to have your life goal, you change, you have to something very big that you can focus on. Find a purpose of life. You have to answer these existential questions. So it could not be something small, like I would like to upgrade my car and just make like tuning or something. It has to be big. So you will develop it, and so will just take you over like as this addiction, but it will be not that harmful. So it can be wherever you want to be, like building a business. The stronger motivation could be, for example, you can go into religion. For example, it is not my case. You can go into sports, but really deep to become really great one in it. Or I don't know, you can go and you can spread the ideas, or you can just help. For example, in the recovery groups, the 12th step, it is just to go and help to spread this knowledge and just to help other. So that is a big mission, that is the big mission for what you can live. So that is really great one, because unless you won't find this big goal, you will be just counting the days till you, for example, there is a lot of alcoholics that going to be coded, and if they are in this state, so they will be just, if they won't find that purpose, they'll be just counting the days till they can drink again. So you have to find this purpose. As a conclusion, the addiction is not a shame, it's just a human nature, it is biology, so there is nothing to be ashamed about. But you can break free if you have a knowledge, if you have a system and a powerful reason why.